Hi guys, welcome back. So at this point, your session should look like this. You should have a 4-bar loop going from measure 2 to measure 6. All right. So next thing I want to do is add a little bit of motion to this little drum groove we have right here. This is what it sounds like. Right, typical poppy reggae thing. Boom, bap, bap, boom. So we want to add a little motion, and let's look at what that sounds like. So I don't have any kick drums or any snare, any shakers or hi hats in this folder. So I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna go right here to liquid samples. Your liquid samples folder should be on your desktop. So we're gonna double click it, and I am going to look for something with a little motion. It's got to be like some percussion or something. So, and I actually already marked it. So go find this Añadiendo Kit 5 drum percussion drums. Make sure that it says 100. See that? 100. That's the tempo. Obviously, that needs to be the same tempo as your tempo in your session, right? We're going to talk about how to manipulate samples to any tempo, but right now I need you to just find this one. And let's listen to it. Here we go. So it's our Kit 5 drop percussion. So I'm going to hit space bar. That sounds good. So I'm going to take that Añadiendo and I'm just going to drag it and drop it onto measure 2. Once I've done that, I'm going to get rid of this folder. And I'm going to go back to having Logic on my full screen. So now that we have this sample, you see how big these waveforms are? See that? This tells me that some of this is going to be really loud. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this down. I'm going to go to a -5. And I'm going to hit play with the groove. See how that adds a little bit of motion to the beat so that it's not so stiff. All right, so I'm gonna mute this and I'm gonna play it with and without. So start without and then I'll kick it in. See that? And that's what you want. You want a little bit of motion. I'm gonna take this. That's not a little bit of motion, but you want some motion in that groove, okay? So I'm gonna bring this down to -7.2. I'm actually gonna take this kick and bring it down to -3.2. I'm gonna take this rim shot and I'm gonna bring that down to -3.2 for now. So now our groove should sound like this. See that? Nice. Very nice. So we got ourselves a little groove with some, a little bit of motion in it. Again, I'm going to hold Option C, and I'm going to color this percussion red, just like everything else. That's just me. And then I'm going to change the icon by going here, hold Control, click, and I'm going to change the icon to some sort of percussion looking thing. And I know that there's not just like a shaker or a tambourine in there, but we're going to go with, we're going to go with tambourine. So see, now I have that, and now I have my loop. Let's play it one more time. Good. So the next thing I want to do is, or the next thing that I'm going to do is, I'm going to go back to my drag and drop samples. I'm going to double click on this. And I'm going to look for the sample with the music, the tonal music in it. See that right there? Cast 100. Remember, that's the tempo. 100 resample, blah, blah. So I'm going to drag this to measure number 2. There you go. And see how this fits perfectly in the grid? See how that fits perfectly right there with this grid line? And it fits perfectly with this right here. This is how you know that this is in the right tempo. Okay, if I were to put the tempo at, say, 105 and then hit enter, see how now, look at the end of this sample or this region and look at the grid line. See how they're not even? This means that either your session is out of tempo or the sample is out of tempo. And there's a way to fix this, and we're going to talk about this in another lesson. So I'm going to go back to my tempo, make sure that it's 100. And then I'm going to hit play to listen to the whole thing. Oh, by the way, see how big these waveforms are again? So again, I'm going to turn this track down to say a -5 just to be safe. And then I'm going to hit play. Yeah, see that? See that? We got a little something. We got a little something. All right, so I'm going to turn this sample down to like a -8. So -8.2. Okay, now you have something going. We got something going on here. Now, look, we don't have a ton of samples. We're going to make this song sound so huge with just a small amount of samples, okay? So we've got our kick drum, we got our rim shot, we've got our percussion. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to call this perk movement, okay? So click on that. Then I'm going to go down here to where it says cast 100, and I'm going to rename this guitar sample. Then I'm going to change my icon by holding Control, clicking on the icon, and I'm going to find a guitar sample. And this is an acoustic guitar-ish kind of thing. If this feels like like some sort of exotic guitar, right? But I'm going to put a classical guitar icon. So this one right here, the nylon guitar. See that? So again, I'm getting all organized. I'm going to take this guitar sample, and obviously we want to color it something different. So I'm going to hold Control, and Option, and the letter C for the color palette again. And I'm going to color this. I like to color my guitars orange, because most guitars are orange, right? Or at least the acoustic ones, most of them are. Or classically, they're orange. So again, let's listen to that one more time. Now, songs don't always start like boom, just like that, just out of nowhere, right? So we want to create some sort of an intro. So we're going to create that intro right now. The song starts on measure 2. Somebody asked me yesterday, why not start at measure 1? I'll explain that later on, all right? I normally start at measure 2 because I like there to be a little bit of space here in case I need to drag things over, and I'll talk about this a little bit more as we go through this process. But what I want to do right now is we've got our 4-bar loop right here, right? So what I want to do is I want to take this, I want to highlight all of my drums, everything that's in red. So I'm going to highlight all of this. And there's 2 ways that we can do this, okay? Because this sample right here, because this has beginning to end completely locked into the grid, I can highlight all of this and press Command and the letter R, and see that? It pasted it perfectly. See that? I'm going to hit Command Z, undo. Again, I'm going to highlight all of this, and this is going to allow me to copy it over to the next 4 bars. Command and then the letter R. Now watch, if I play the loop from right here, it's going to loop perfectly, watch. See, when it got to this lit section right here, it just looped perfectly. Let's hit Command Z. There's another way to do that, right? The other way is like this, to basically highlight everything. I would grab this file instead of these kick and rim shots. See how small they look? Because we're not zoomed in. If we were zoomed in like that, it'd be different. But since we're zoomed out, you can hold Option, click on the percussion, drag it down to here, and simply let go of the mouse, and there you go.